Alright guys, if you are a regular viewer or have seen some of my videos, you know that I experienced an extreme setback. I had to rip out all the drywall that I once had installed, and then had some other hiccups along the way, so it's been a lot of work. But I did have the HVAC guys out, probably a couple months ago now, and I managed to get some equipment installed. I'm installing two HVAC units. One is a forced air unit, and another one will be just a ductless unit up in the living room up there. I'll show you that in a minute. So this forced air unit will bring air against the exterior window of that bedroom, and then in the exterior window, where's it at, of that bedroom there, and then it'll return there, and it will return, where's my other return? It must be there. Yeah, that's the other return there. Okay, so that's the return, and that's a return, which means that's a supply, and this one is a supply. I went with two Mitsubishi units. I've done a manual J calculation. If you don't know what a manual J is, you can calculate your required heat load based on multiple factors: your insulation, your orientation of the way your house sits, the type of glazing you have in your windows, the shading, the overhangs, so on and so forth. There's a manual J, there's a manual S, there's all sorts of those. So here we are. And the supply, actually I wanted to put it in front of the window, but I couldn't because of the joist. So the supply is right here. That's where the supply is going to be, and then the return is coming up high near the ceiling, and it'll return the air down and then back over like we saw. And then the other room, this supply is that long run that came along the wall, and it's in front of the window, of course, and the return is here where that X is. So we're going to again bring air back down. So the forced air unit will deal with this back of the house of the this back half of the house. So if we step back, everything back here, I'll have two heated floors, one in each bathroom. If you've seen my other videos, you know I already have a heated floor in the guest bath. The master bath is under construction, obviously. And then for the entire area out here, I'm going to have one mini split head that's going to be sitting here. And that has a pretty high flow rate, and it'll blow air. It should kind of do that number through the entire area up here. You know, the size of the units are each 12K units, which, you know, for around a 2,000 square foot house, that might seem low, but actually it's kind of high. The calculations came out to about 8 or 9K is all I need for the entire house because of the way I'm insulating. But instead of going with a multi-head unit, I went with two separate units so I can shut one mini split off in case I am overheating and I start short cycling the units. And I could show you the head unit down here. I just have it down here to keep it out of the way. Nothing to see really other than a box, but here's my return vent. That's going to go in the wall where you saw the X, and one in the other room. And then this is the Mitsubishi unit here. This is the head unit. I don't know if there's a model number on here or not. Yeah, MSZ FS12NA. That 12 indicates 12K, 12,000 BTUs. So we're getting kind of moved along a little bit. Still a lot of work to go. I have a lot of wiring to go. Had an issue with my drywall. Had a secondary issue with my drywall, which I won't mention. out of respect. Anyways, that's where we are. I just wanted to give an update on the HVAC. It looks like maybe that must jog over to line up. Okay. So that would be, yep, that would be my return. That's the supply. And oh, one other thing. This is a hybrid hot water heater, which means it's a heat pump water heater. It's taking heat out of the basement air and it's putting it into the water. It does an amazing job. Very expensive. But since it's sucking heat out of the air, puts it in the water, it takes the cold air, since it dumped that heat into the water, and it dumps it right out of here. So it's actually cooling my basement, which is not good in the winter when I'm heating the house. That's a lot of BTUs. So I picked up this number here. This little flange that'll go over that exhaust. And the plan is to put a diverter where I could divert it right up into the return to cool my house as I heat my water, or I'll divert it and I'm going to shoot the air out of the house somewhere, probably run a PVC through one of the interior walls or something into the attic. But more to come on that. Instead of diverting it into the intake or return or whatever, I might just in the summertime just blast it out into the basement and that'll make it feel nice and cool down here more than it normally does. If you have a basement, you know what I mean. It's a nice reprieve in the summertime to get down in your basement, because it just stays about what, geothermal, about 55 degrees or something like that. Anyway, more to come later. So I think I showed you this before, kind of a fun little area we have. We haven't used it too many times because when you get out of here and it's only, well, I mean right now because it's winter time, it's even cooler down here. We're probably about 38 to 40 degrees. It's pretty chilly down here. And anyway, it's fun. Okay, thanks for watching.